Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and the US President Donald Trump have arrived for the ASEAN Summit in Manila. There was an informal meeting between Prime Minister Modi and President Trump. More formal meetings are expected on the sidelines of ASEAN tomorrow. In the backdrop of China's growing assertiveness, India, the US, Japan and Australia have grouped together to revive an alliance called the Quadrilateral. Talks were held in Manila on the sidelines of the ASEAN Summit. In a statement today, the Foreign Ministry said officials of all four countries met for consultations on issues of common interest in the Indo-Pacific region. They agreed that a free, open, prosperous and inclusive Indo-Pacific region serves the long-term interests of all countries in the region and of the world at large. They also exchanged views on addressing the common challenges that the region faces. Nidhi Razdan now joining us for more on that. Nidhi, the most substantial meetings tomorrow were trade and terrorism expected to dominate?
That's right, Amitabh. Prime Minister Modi will be meeting President Trump tomorrow, possibly for just under an hour on the sidelines of the ASEAN Summit in Manila. They are at a dinner currently. In fact, he's also greeted the Premier of China, Li Keqiang, and you had those pictures there of the Russian Prime Minister and other leaders. And tomorrow, more formal discussions will be held. It was decided that perhaps this would not be the right time for the quadrilateral leaders, in a sense, to meet separately at ASEAN, given the sensitivities involved vis-a-vis China. So what we have seen today is significant because this was an idea that was first born about 10 years ago. It was Japan that had proposed it, and it collapsed pretty quickly within about a year or so at the time. And today it has, in a sense, revived with the officials of India, the US, Japan and Australia coming together to talk about the security alliance. They have said very specifically that they talked about the common challenges of terrorism and proliferation linkages, as well as enhancing connectivity. So all of this certainly has been done keeping an eye on China's growing assertiveness in the region. In fact, last week the Chinese Foreign Ministry was asked to react to the possibility of this meeting happening. At that time, they had said that they would hoped it would not target or damage a third party's interest, meaning their own interests, and that it would promote peace and tranquility and prosperity within the area. So certainly the Chinese have been viewing this idea of this coming together of the four countries with a certain degree of wariness, and it will be interesting to see now that the officials have met whether this is taken up at a higher level later. Amitabh.